It's constant, you know? It's constant. I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about when I can't eat. I'm thinking about my weight, too many pounds over my target. I'm thinking about my exercise. Ugh, it's too much. The obsession has got to stop. So instead of thinking about losing weight 24/7, because I know you guys think about it too, just like I do, we tend to obsess over these things and it can take over your life. What's my secret to taking the burden off of us a little bit? Pretty simple. It's planning and systems. I've talked about this in some past videos of my healthy habits to my relationship towards food and bringing up about systems. We have to have systems in place that will be almost automatically moving along without you being so conscious about it every step of the way. I like to call that PAC, P-A-C, PAC for your life. And what does PAC mean? 1, P is for planning, A is for taking action, and C is for committing. Commit to it. PAC. So you're making a pact with yourself and going to put your systems into place by planning. And that is it. It's very easy. So let's give you some examples of how I pack for life. Every Sunday I prepare for my clothing. I do my laundry so I can have my exercise clothes prepared for the rest of the week. I change so many times every day, so I certainly don't want to go looking for things that are not available because they're dirty. So when I run and walk outside, I have clothes that I don't have to think about. I put it out, set it aside on my chair for that next morning. So I just grab it, put on my clothes, brush my teeth, and obviously put on some sunscreen, and I'm out the door in record time. I usually wake up between 5:30 and 6 a.m. so I can be out no later than 6:15. And that is a system that I put in place. So that's planning it, and I took action with it, and I'm committing to that, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now with planning how I'm going to manage my fitness. Example number 2, planning my meals ahead of time. I always make sure on a Sunday that I have a grocery list, planning that out and looking at it, because it's very easy to have one meal a day. So I know what I'm going to buy for the rest of the week. I only want to grocery shop once a week and not go back for things that are not necessary and that I don't really want to be in the store for. I make sure I prep my food. Maybe it's still in the pantry, like my tuna, for instance, or I know that I have some things in the freezer like my fish or some meat. But I look at the days in the calendar and I just kind of eye it and see what meals I already have ready to go for the next 5 to 7 days. And because it's so simple of the diet that I have that's already in the refrigerator, it's easy to just plan it out. I don't necessarily have to have it all prepped in containers and what have you, but I just know that I have a plan, that I know each meal is going to happen in that day or another day in the week, but I don't have to run back and forth to the store. My family grocery shopping is separate from what I do for myself because we have very different regimens and diets. And I want to make it simple. I order those foods online so I don't have to run around to 2 and 3 stores all the time. And that just sets it up right and it minimizes my stress level. Example number 3, every day I commit and I plan to drink more water. So I set reminders for myself. You can do that in your phone, or you can do it through a water app, as I mentioned in some past videos. And I make sure that I try to set that schedule up that I'm drinking every hour at least 8 ounces of water. And if it doesn't always work out, then I know that I need to make up for it. If it's 2 or 3 hours that went by, I usually would do 16 to 20 ounces within that hour. So it's pretty simple and easy. But at the same time, I know I have to commit and be intentional about drinking more water, which is half my body weight in ounces, which will give me about 63 to 64 ounces that I'm shooting for every day. And that makes a difference in losing the weight. We've talked about it so many times, but that's one of my main examples of living a packed life and packing for my life. Example number 4, I have planned and commit to eliminating all processed foods out of my diet. Now, I know when there's food in the house, I will tend to eat it and I will tend to binge. My thing is I plan when I'm going to grocery shop not to buy so many sugars or carbs that I would get for my mom, but to make it more specific to her so I don't end up picking up her food at the same time. As we know, processed foods has a lot of empty calories that we don't need in our diet because we have to have portion control even though we're doing OMAD. Yes, you could eat as much as you wanted, but if that's not your goal to gain weight or just to maintain it, then you have to have some type of portion control. And this is an example of what I'm doing to commit to clean eating. So I'm planning the food and I'm planning it through grocery shopping that I will not pick up so much processed foods, and I pick up more produce and clean whole foods. And then I'm taking action with making those meals. And I'm committing to myself that I'm going to be a better whole foods clean eater. It's pretty simple. So give it some thought and maybe share with me in the comments of what is your pack for your life. What is your plan, your action, and your commitment to it? And I'm telling you, that is the secret to losing weight and keeping it off. Just a little bit of inspiration, and I'm hoping that is helping you guys throughout your days out there. And I'm hoping that, we can keep discussing this and keep moving forward on our path. So don't forget that caregiving begins with you. And till the next video, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.